clay. There was lots of rubbish. We had to go litter picking to get it all out before the class came over. Read the bag.
Okay.
What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at clay. And because we're in London, you might have noticed a lot of red bricks in all the buildings. Has anyone seen those? Hands up?
Yeah.
Right. But does anyone know what this is?
Tile.
It's a tile. Oh, these two are made out of clay, and the fancy word for that is called silica. And when you can't see through it, we make pots and clays, but when you can see through it, that's glass.
What did sand in Minecraft it turns into glass?
In Minecraft, we could definitely do a pottery Minecraft. Who would like to know how to find clay? Ah, this is good. I could make a clay pot out of this. The two tests you can do to realise that it's not clay. One is you can put it in water and it will just dissolve. So if I take half of this and put it in water and give it a little rustle around, you see how it's starting to just break up into mud and dissolve. Turn into a sausage, and then if I bend it, it snaps. So that is soil, that is not clay. It is like a sausage dog. So this time, you'll notice that it feels more squishy and it feels what's called more plastic. Right. And another thing, unlike soil, do you notice how it's quite gloopy? It makes almost like a sort of slimy consistency. You see that? So again, when I bend it, it just bends. And it's almost like Play-Doh, even though it's very squishy, messy Play-Doh.
Ooh, I love Play-Doh.
Yeah.
I wish I still had mine, but it dried out.
So you notice how it's getting different in your hands? It's getting more squishy, isn't it?
When I put it in the water, it doesn't dissolve, it just gets even more squishy.
Exactly, so that is how you know it's clay. That is great paying attention.
Yeah.
And so what you can also do, if you wanted to test it, you could start to try and make it into like a little pot. Whoa, look at that. Do you want to show everyone? That is an amazing little pot. What do you think has changed from the wet clay to make it sound like that? This clay was from this riverbank that we fired at the school kiln. And so you see how it makes be very gentle with it, I won't smash it, but that is basically made from this clay in this river. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you might make a bowl, you might make a pot, you might make a pencil holder, you might make a little toy, a little sculpture of a little creature. And we're good today. You can touch it with your sticky fingers. But careful. But you know what's good about this? Do you know why I'm not worried? It's because I can wash it and all of that mud isn't going to go into it anymore. Because of the glassy coating, that's called glaze.
When it's called sausage chest because when you do it, the clay or the soil or the mud looks like a sausage. So get a piece of clay, you roll it, and then you bend it. If it snaps, it's not clay or soil, mud. And if it doesn't, it's bent.
It's an amazing pot. Look at that. Oh, it's quite heavy already. Great.
Let me feel it. Let me break. Oh, that's a lot. Daddy, look how much clay I have.
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, it looks like it might be a fossil. Do you think it is?
I think it
Do you want to save it? And then you could clean it with a toothbrush when you get home.
is. Toothbrush?
Well, like an old one.
Georgia.
Georgia?
That's your pot. Wow.
It's got
Oh my god, it's in the water! Put it in the water! That clay we collected in there! Let's wash it out! Oh my god, that is heavy! Let's wash it out! Do it again!
We came back to school in a big bucket of wet clay.
To be wet, we're going to make it dry it out first. So,
But if you find anything like sticks or maybe something that isn't good to fire, then you want to chop it out. You want to leave that.
and that's great. Do we want them rolled, or should we just leave them as sort of rough?
You could. They can be rough. It'll dry better.
Yeah, it's probably better if it's rough.
Yeah.
It's got more surface area. So we had all the clay and we cut the clay into little balls, didn't we? Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we dried it in the sun until it went
Yeah.
really dry, and then we put the balls into the water,
Yeah.
and then in the water it all dissolved. It became this big bucket of brown custard. It looked like just watery mud.
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everyone some of this, and it'll have all the grit mixed up inside it.
Ziv took out all the lumpy bits, which we did not want at all. It was like, kiss goodbye, lumpy bits.
And then exactly, it needs dehydrated, so I've got to use plaster block. If I pour this on here,
Got the clay and we put it onto this slab of Paris.
and then it'll start. All the water will get sucked into this block. You see, it's sucked in.
It sucked out all the moisture, so the clay was able to model.
Yep, I did it! I molded a teacup!
It looked like clay.
And you'll find after it's been a bit bobbly and a bit weird, it'll actually start getting easier to roll sausages.
We basically started to
You see it's
model
getting
it.
thinner and thinner. And then if you can see where the joint is, you just give a little scratch over.
I felt quite happy when I was making it, and it just felt like really nice.
Once it's harmonised, it's really flatter, it's different there.
Once they were made, we would put them into the kiln so they could dry. The next time we came there, we glazed them all and made them and were all glazy and smooth, except for the bottom part, because then it would stick to the kiln, and then we wouldn't be able to get it off, and you would never have your masterpiece. I didn't actually collect mine.
You haven't collected yours yet?
No.
Yours is in the kiln waiting for you.
Dun dun dun!
Yours is in the kiln waiting for you.
So when we opened the kiln, everything was shiny and so like waterproof, so we could use it like if we had snacks that were juicy, we could like put it on and it wouldn't break.
We are the clay committee. We make our own clay. Getting clay at the shop is boring, but collecting it is actually really, really fun. It was actually one of the funnest experiences of my life.
Thank you, River Ching.